My wife is getting used to a growing pile of pizza ovens on our patio, but not the ones in our kitchen. Make sure to keep watching because I'm going to buy one of you a pizza oven, just as a thank you to all my current subs. Today, I'm testing 6 indoor pizza ovens side by side, and one of these pushes out a massive 3,200 watts that outperforms certain outdoor ovens. All right, let's get right into it. I'm testing the performance of these ovens by making both Neapolitan and New York styles. I'll look at 2 main areas when ranking the ovens: quality to cost ratio and the ability to cook Neapolitans. I specify Neapolitan because New York styles cook well at low temperatures, so most of these should perform very well for this type of pizza. But 00 flour requires very high heat, or, as I found out, simply a beautiful burner design. Here's a chart showing the preheat times when set to 750 degrees, along with their actual measured stone temps when the preheat timer went off. The shaded area represents the oven's max stone temperature, which varies quite a bit. However, stone temperature this hot will require a really strong top burner to evenly bake the pizza. Let's fire up the first one and see how it does. First up, we have the OG indoor pizza oven, and they pack some cool stuff into a small frame, like really small. The round pizza stone is only 11 3/4 inches, and there's very little room between the stone and top burner. The close proximity is what makes it cook Neapolitan so well, but it does restrict certain pan pizzas. When you open the door, the pizza stone pulls down and outward, allowing more overhead room for launching. The default controls are tailored for preset pizza styles, but there's a manual override function to change the timer control into an adjustable deck temp. This allows you to control the top and bottom burners separately. New Yorks are easy because of how adjustable the dual burners are. As for Neapolitan, I like to launch at a stone temp of 700 and 750 up top. While we watch this one bake, I just wanted to say, if you guys love pizza and like seeing a guy buy too many pizza ovens, hit me up with a subscribe. It will really help me out. I baked this beauty for 1 minute 42 seconds. Look at this airy crust and great color on the bottom too. I'm really impressed with the burner design on the Breville. The crust-only control shuts down the middle burner and pushes all the power to the edge. There's so much to like here, except for the price. At $1,000, this is now $100 more than the Univolt. I'm rating this 4.6 out of 5. Next up, we have the Chefman Home Slice. Its placement in Costco stores is what catapulted the popularity of this pizza oven, especially because of the price. Sometimes as low as 1/3 the price of the Breville, this Chefman offers dual adjustable burners and a max temp of over 800 degrees. But even with this level of heat, Neapolitans were lackluster. The top burner constantly turns off when it approaches max temp, which really affects the performance. Even if you time it well and launch when the top burner is still red hot, it takes upwards of 3 minutes to bake. The door also sits really loose against the oven, not making a very good seal. I asked around, and it seems other users didn't have this issue. New York's, on the other hand, cook beautifully. Rather than using the New York preset, I like to manually set 600 on the bottom and 625 on top. This creates a great cheese melt, excellent color on the crust, and a super crispy bottom. If you're not completely set on Neapolitan and prefer New York style or even Neapolitan hybrids, then you really can't beat the price of this one. I'm giving it a 4. The 1700-watt Gemelli is nearly identical to the Chefman. It's the same Alibaba design, but with different controls. The logo is also a sticker, which I'd prefer to just remove. Here we can see just how similar the two are, but the controls on this oven are downright awful. The touch sensitivity is low, so it sometimes doesn't recognize your input. And to make matters worse, the temperature changes in 5-degree increments.
It takes forever to go from 450 degrees to 750. The user interface is bad. For example, you have to push this settings icon to change between pizza presets rather than just clicking the name of the pizza. The top burner selection is shown below the bottom burner, and I still can't figure out how to change the timer from the default 2 minutes. Like most indoor pizza ovens, New York style works great, but it ends there. Even with timing it so that I launch the pizza when the top burner is actively on, I just can't get a sub 2 minute Neapolitan with any color on the crust. Sure, you can continue cooking for 3 minutes, but then the fresh mozzarella is rubberized. If you want an oven for New York styles, go for the Chefman with better controls and a cheaper price. 2.8 out of 5 rating. The first indoor or outdoor pizza oven with a marketed max temp of 850 degrees. I was impressed when the Univolt actually exceeded this number. The bottom burner has a boost function to help the stone retain heat between pizzas, and the dial on the right controls how much power to send to the top and bottom burners. I realize that keeping it in the middle is the best for maintaining the set temperature, but if you push more power to the top or bottom burner, the stone temperature increases beyond the set temp. If you get the stone temp up to 850, the bottom crust tends to get too dark. For a balanced Neapolitan, here's the best settings to use. Preheat it to 800 degrees, and right before launching, turn the dial fully to the top burner. This cooks a Neapolitan just below 2 minutes, and with really even top and bottom color. New York styles cook amazing as well, but what I like most is how well the Volt retains heat. This oven is a lot heavier than most in this video, and that's due to the thick insulation. If you want to cook a lot back to back, the Volt maintains stone temp the best. And Uni recently announced a permanent $100 price cut, which makes this pick even better than it was before. I'm giving it a 4.8 rating. The Cuisinart oven markets itself as only reaching 700 degrees Fahrenheit, yet it has a price tag of $400. The Chefman and Gemelli reach higher temps and are cheaper. Right off the bat, it doesn't seem promising. A lot of heat is pushed out the back of the oven, and I had it further away than the recommended 2 to 4 inches. It also smelled awful, way worse than any oven I've used before. More importantly, it seems that the top burner never turns red. The bottom one definitely does, but the top looks like it's off the entire time. I prepped a Neapolitan anyway, launched, and baked for 3.5 minutes. The crust refused to get any color whatsoever, so I pulled the pizza since the fresh mozzarella was clearly overcooked. The bake was so bad that I'm not even attempting another of this style. If I didn't hate this oven enough already, there's no way to cancel or turn off the timer. The stop button just pauses it, and you can't go below 30 seconds with the minus button. New York's cook just fine in this oven, but if I wanted one just for this style of pizza, the Chefman is better and cheaper. I'm giving it my lowest rating of 2.2. This is the F.A.Uno P134, a 240-volt beast that reaches over 1,000 degrees. This Italian oven has a much larger electrical supply, so you may need to hire an electrician if you live in the US. But BlackRock Grill imports these with a US NEMA 6-20 15-amp plug. I'm using a converter for my dryer plug, which means I'm making pizza in the laundry room. The F.A.Uno comes with a refractory stone for New York style and a thick biscotto clay stone for Neapolitan. I launched my first Neapolitan at 950 degrees and baked it for only 75 seconds. Incredible results for my first pizza. By the time I prepped the next one, it actually reached over 1,000 degrees. The stone temp doesn't drop much at all after a pizza. You can really crank a lot out of this for a party. This one only cooked for 65 seconds. The best New York style bake was set to 250 Celsius, which resulted in a stone temp between 575 and 600 Fahrenheit. The result was beautiful. A super crispy edge crust and bottom. The FA Uno clearly has a ton more power, resulting in the best baking performance overall. But it comes at a huge cost and with more difficult electrical requirements. I'm giving this a 4.8 out of 5. So here are my final rankings. The Univolt and FA Uno are both at the top. Comparing a 240 volt oven to a 120 volt one is very tough. Obviously, the FA Uno has a ton more power, which can bake an amazing Neapolitan, but at the same time, the cost is twice that of the Uni. So the Volt will be the best pick for the majority of people in the US, and the FA Uno is reserved for those truly dedicated to 60-second Neapolitans. The Breville was very close behind. As much as I like the top burner, you have to go with the Uni until Breville follows suit with a $100 to $200 price cut.
All right, it's free pizza oven time. I'm giving away a brand new Solo Pi Prime. To be entered, just enter your name and email in the link in the description. I'll use a random selection tool after 30 days and announce the winner in an upcoming video where I rank the best 12-inch pizza ovens. But if you land on this video after the giveaway is completed, toss your email in anyway. That way you'll be included in the next one. Good luck, and thanks for watching.